I don't know if it's me, but Anthony, you've never looked better.
Why, thank you, Glenn.
I'm Anthony. Welcome to No Vacancy Live. That's my friend Glenn.
You're watching the #1 show in hospitality.
Hey, everybody, welcome to No Vacancy Live. All right, to be fair, we recorded this show an hour before we were running it. I'm not even sure why we did that. I'm Glenn Hausman. That is Dr. Producer Suzanne Bagnera, covering for Anthony, who's on assignment today. I'm so happy that we're in the office and I'm back on air doing live-ish shows all week.
I know I think I sent you a text like, look at the camera while you were doing click. Because I was not with you, and they went unanswered. Because
it was not unanswered, Dr. Producer. I acknowledged it on air, and
did you?
I did. Yeah, we had a whole conversation about it. I'm sorry that you just flaming me and then leaving right away without even.
I myself was at another conference, and so I got the alert. I'm looking, and I'm like, I can't do two things at once, but I can send a text and go run away.
Totally. Well, you know what? You mentioned it. We are in conference season. Last week, we were at our friend Craig Sullivan's California Lodging Investment Conference. What a great event that was. I encourage all of you to catch all of the coverage that we did. The week before that, I was at Remington Hospitality's event. The week before that, or 2 weeks before that, I was at First Hospitality's event. It is conference season, I will tell you. And remember how great Click was. And I love that event. I'm also super stoked for next week. What's going on next week? Anything?
I don't know. It's something that I don't have the excited pleasure to go. So I'm going to be super jealous today, but let's go on a hunt.
I'm excited because not only do I get to have Gus's Fried Chicken in downtown Atlanta, but more importantly, I get to go to the Hotel Investment Conference. And I got with us both Teague and Lee Hunter, masterminds behind the event. Hey, Teague, Lee, how you guys doing?
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn, doing great. How about you?
Hi, Suzanne. You look great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Tell Anthony we don't need Anthony anymore.
Yeah, we sure don't. Gentlemen, I'm so excited. Next week, 35th annual Hunter Hotel Investment Conference. And I was joking with you before we went on air. I think I've been to at least 20 of them, maybe more than that. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy that this is 35 years.
Yeah.
Let's not count. That just ages all of us.
Yeah, I had a lot less gray hair the first ones I went to. But what's been amazing about that event is I really saw it. It started out as kind of a niche Southeastern kind of an event. And then over my years, I noticed it started to spread out. And while it's still not a national event, it really is at this point a national hotel conference, and one of the major ones that I like to attend every single year. So before I let you speak, let me just say I'm looking forward to being there next week. Join us there. Please, it's next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, starting on the 18th. Monday the 18th is registration, all that kind of stuff. Check in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Guys, how's it shaping up? Lee, you looking forward to this year's event? What's the overall synopsis of what's going on there?
Yeah, Glenn, we're really looking forward to the event this year. The team has done a great job of putting together an array of speakers. We got a lot of new faces this year. I think we've got over 50%. From a diversity perspective. So that's really good. But, our theme is no limits, which is a call to action, get everybody excited moving forward. So, we're really looking forward to it. We're pacing well ahead of where we were last year at this point in time. And last year we had over 2,000 people in attendance. So we're certainly expecting, to surpass that number this year. Registration does close on Thursday. And once that closes Thursday, everything moves to on-site registration. So pricing will change. You can still register for the conference after Thursday, but Thursday's the last opportunity you'll have to do that online.
It's amazing to me how many people still show up day of conference. I mean, I've had my flight booked for 3 months already,
Glenn, that's sort of a number that we track, and we'll be, plus or minus 100 people. If it holds true, year over year, we're always plus or minus 100 people that actually register for the conference on site when they arrive, either Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning.
God bless people who could handle that kind of flexibility in their lifestyle. Teague, it's 1 week out. This is when everybody's kind of getting crazy. So what are you looking forward to most about getting everybody together for our pre-spring hospitality checkup?
I mean, it's chaos around the office right now. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that being over. But come on, I'm a people person. I love getting these conferences, getting everybody together. Let's get together, see each other, give a bunch of hugs to friends you haven't seen in a while. And I don't know, talk about business, I guess. Try and get some deals done.
It's funny you should say try to talk about business, because one of the things that I like about this event is it's more casual and laid back. And I don't mean to imply it's not serious. What I mean is that the atmosphere is one of such that it's easy to approach people. It's great to have some conversations with people, and that it's all self-contained within the Atlanta Marriott marquee is a great way to keep the group together. Suzanne, I feel like we're ignoring you over here.
No, that's a great property. I've had the pleasure of staying there, just not going to the conference. And so I think when events are able to be self-contained that way, it does lead to better relationship building and networking. And for me, that's always one of the best parts of going to conferences. So it's great to hear that that's the type of environment. So for those last 100 people that haven't registered, make it happen and get in on that.
Yeah, for sure. And always, besides the fact of people doing deals in the hallway and all that, you've got a great lineup as always. Man, big coups. You got Tony Capuano, the big chief from Marriott, coming in to do a fireside chat, as well as, of course, Atlanta-based Ed Bastien, CEO of Delta Airlines. I feel like Ed and I are really great friends because I spend so much time with him and his team. Sorry, I don't know why. My soundboard just did that.
They're cheering your million-miler status.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta celebrate.
Yeah, Teague, I'm almost at 1.3 million with Delta now, and I've been watching it climb, and I'm getting very excited. And my biggest regret is not starting flying with them until 2007. But what are you going to do? So Teague. Yeah,
we'll
go
get
on.
you an autograph from Ed Bastien.
Thank you. I would love that. It'll go right next to the one that I got with Goober from the Andy Griffith Show. That I actually met him when a major hotel brand tried to do these small little 50-room hotels, and he was the celebrity person who did the opening event there. So that I'm excited about. Teague, though, tell us a little bit about what else people could expect at the event.
I mean, again, fireside chat with Bastien and Tony Capuano. O's a mentalist, which is going to be exciting. That'll keep everybody on their toes. But listen, we've always been known for it's where the conference where deals get done. That's not a secret. All the brand guys say it. All the hotel owners say it. So we're gonna see what deals we can get done at the conference. I'm feeling it. I think it's going to be very active.
That's awesome. What about you, Lee?
Yeah, no, I would second what Teague just said. All our brand guys will tell you they get more deals done here at Hunter than they do at Alice NYU Lodging, and they'll tell you that. And this year, like I alluded to earlier, we've sort of restructured the programming to allow for more networking opportunities and more time for people to get deals done. So and have meetings and we'll see. Like I said, we anticipate it being a very active conference, not only in the sessions, but also outside the sessions in the hallways.
Yeah, and thank you for putting out all of the snacks throughout the day outside the sessions. It makes it a lot easier to get things done. Teague, it looks like you were ready to say something.
Yeah, I was just thinking, and we're giving our award this year. We're giving it to Bob Hunter.
I was just going to lead it into it. That's so great. So let me set that up so you guys don't have to seem so self-serving. So I'm really excited because this year everybody's going to be able to really honor Bob Hunter. He's the founder, of course, of Hunter Hotel Advisors and of the conference, the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference. And he's always been an incredible human being. And I remember getting the chance to do podcasting with him back when I first started with it. I'm going back like a dozen years now. And although he didn't really know what to make of it, he totally got into it and enjoyed it. And ever since then, I felt like I really connected with him in a kind of deeper way. And I saw why he was able to build such a successful business. So congratulations on finally having the right opportunity to, to celebrate such an incredible man who might just happen to be your dad as well.
We're a little biased.
Yeah. Was it weird picking him to do it?
I'll let Lee tell you, but it wasn't our idea. And he said no for years.
Yeah,
they finally twisted his arm enough that he said yes. And I'm ecstatic because he's unbelievable. He's our father. I'm biased. But he did this. He put this thing together. This is a heck of an event. He worked his tail off for a lot of years, sacrificing and putting this out there. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a tearjerker. I have a feeling. But it's going to be great.
I bet it's a good thing I'm working with a new company that does tissues. So I'm going to bring some of those with me. Lee?
Yeah, no, as Teague alluded to, this wasn't a Lee and Teague Hunter decision. We have on our advisory board, we have a subcommittee for the conference award. And, Teague and I are not a part of that subcommittee. So right. This was, an award. The committee chose Bob, as Teague alluded to. They've wanted to choose Bob for the last several years now. And Bob has, I don't want to say declined the award, but for Bob, this is not about him, right? He didn't start this conference to be about him. He started it to be about the industry and for the industry, and so it's sort of the same reaction with the award. Yeah. But this year, the committee members were, dare I say, adamant with it being the 35th year that he accepted, and they, we had committee members fly into Atlanta to meet with Bob and more or less force him to accept the award.
Good.
So we're proud. We
should be. And I love that you folks didn't want to make it happen, because it's such a great testament to everything that he's achieved that the folks that are on your advisory board demanded that it happen. So I can't wait to see him and congratulate him in person. Also, shameless plug for me. I will be hosting a panel at 11:15 next Wednesday on the brands and owners coming together. I'm really excited on that particular panel because I've got Shruti Gandhi Buckley with Hilton, Matt Marquis, CEO of Pacifica Hotels, Dupree Scoville, Jim Tierney, Todd Turner. Dang, great panel, guys.
That's a motley crew, Glenn.
I know. And they're all people that are right up my alley, too. So that's going to be out of control. The other cool thing that I'm participating in is the table. I love this idea. You started it last year. Why don't you guys share a little bit about what that is and why it's so important to the future of hospitality?
Yeah, the table has grown. It started with the Castell project a few years ago and has grown and turned into what we're now calling the table. And it's the reason for the table is, hey, it's come have a seat at the table and learn and grow your careers. Again, it grew out of the Castell project with Peggy Berg, and is now, we'll have 25 roundtables with moderators such as yourself.
Yeah, I'll be doing one.
Attending and moderating these panels. And it's a roundtable discussion on, how to grow your career and what you do in your career, and just a discussion amongst, industry peers.
Yeah, Suzanne, let me get you back in here.
Yeah, so I would say great opportunity to hear that that's happening and being a spinoff. I love seeing how Peggy's program with Castell Project has really started to infiltrate our entire industry, and that you all are leveraging those components from a career standpoint. Myself being in the field of higher education and really trying to get students and new entrants into our industry excited about what we have. That is an amazing way to continue to leverage and tap into all the knowledge of folks that are right there. So that's great. Now, what I want to hear about, in knowing that now this is your 35th conference, can you take us with a little step backwards to get to where you are now? What are some of the things that you've changed or infiltrated or gotten excited about the past, the coming together with where you're at now?
Oh, I think our growth is the exciting thing. We always, Bob from day one wanted this conference to be owner focused on the owner, the investor of the asset. And his mindset was, if we have the owner, the investor in attendance, then everyone else who wants to do business with that owner, that investor, will be in attendance also. And so as we keep that owner focus in mind with everything we do, with panels that we have, with speakers that we have, it's, hey, is this something an owner, investor in the asset wants to hear about? Is this a person, the owner, the investor in the asset wants to hear about? And so we keep that person in focus. And if we keep that person in focus, again, brands will show up, attorneys will show up, lenders will show up, architects will show up, management companies will show up. And I think we've done a very good job of doing that, over the years, and just being focused and maintaining the focus on the owner of the asset.
I think I'll chime in, Suzanne. I also think and I mean this sincerely, the diversity of the speakers this year is very impressive. And what I'm really behind the scenes, the team was really focused on getting fresh new faces up there, because, we've been talking, we all know the same people. And in getting fresh new faces, it just organically turned out that we're over 50% diverse on our panels. Wonderful. And I think that's a sign of our industry. And it's not just us, it's a sign of the industry coming about. And we should all be proud of that.
Yeah, we should be. And it must be difficult for you folks, because you want to present the people with the best titles in the industry, but you also want to be very representative of what the hospitality industry is of today. So I've said this before publicly. I can't wait till we get to a time where we don't have to talk about the diversity in panels and stuff and people on them anymore, because it's just a given fact. But until then, thank you for continuing to try to push forward new faces within our industry, so everyone gets a seat at the table.
Well, Glenn, I can tell you with certainty, it is changing.
Thank goodness.
Because when you look at the panels, we do have a lot. You're exactly right. We need titles, and sponsors want titles and things of that nature. But it's changing. Those titles, those positions that we need, on the stage and speaking, they're becoming more diverse. So it's not as hard as you might think. And Suzanne, with respect to universities, we have representatives and faculty and students from 12 different universities attending this year. So, we do have a academic rate, if you will, for professors and students to attend. And there's representation from 12 different universities at the conference this year. So we're bringing along the next generation.
Good.
That's what it's going to be about, because if we don't all work that way, we're not going to have those titles for those other folks that are coming up. So it's great to hear.
That's right.
It's great to see all the new people, coming into the business. And I don't know what happened, because we're talking about the table, but I remember, being so excited and telling my parents that I think I was finally at the adults table in the hospitality business when I got promoted from the kids table over there. And now all of a sudden I've turned into Grandpa Glenn. I don't know what the heck happened there. I remember when all of us were like, young, but whatever.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Glenn.
Dude, seriously, my greatest fear is to get a Lifetime Achievement Award at this point. Well, for me, it would be a lifetime of unachievement, but that's a different story over there.
We've all been doing this a long time, Glenn. And it's scary when I look out in the office. I'm the oldest person here.
Right. It's so strange. Anyway.
How'd that happen?
But, you got an owners-focused conference. So I thought let's spend a few minutes talking about what's going on with ownership and the ownership mindset. And as I mentioned before I'm bringing you guys on, I've been on the road a lot this year. And one of the things that I keep hearing is that owners want to keep moving forward. And it looks like, according to Bruce Ford Development Pipeline, things are going to start picking up. I'm hearing from title companies that things are really picking up right now. Teague, what's your prognostication on the deal market? Put on your Hunter Hotel Advisors cap now for a second. How do you see 2024 playing out?
Yeah, Lee, what's our conference theme? No limits. I mean, that was our positive spin on let's go, everybody. Let's no limits. we're as busy as I can tell you on the transaction side, in the brokerage side, we are as busy as we have ever been. Now it's hard. Everybody knows that it is hard out there to get deals done today. Debt is very expensive, but we are very busy. It's complicated. Everywhere from operations to getting a transaction is done, but there is no lack of options out there today. We probably have more net sellers today than we have had in a long time.
Wow. So let me ask you this, Lee. I got to ask this question. I'm required to by contract. Is money still sitting on the sidelines? And what's the deal with that?
There's definitely a lot of equity in the market today, looking for opportunity. Obviously, with the increase in interest rates over the last year, that bid-ask spread has widened. I would say, and Teague, you can verify this as well, I would say that bid-ask spread is narrowing. There's a desire to get transactions done on both sides of the equation today. So I think that bid-ask spread is beginning to narrow, which will lead to a lot more transactions happening in 24 than happened in 23.
Yeah, I think we're at the trough of pricing is what I think. I don't know how long we'll be down here, but we're definitely off 20-ish% in value. But I think we are where we are. Barring something major happening, I think we are where we are. Interest rates will go down into the second half of the year. It will be longer than people want. They all want it now, but maybe fourth quarter. But interest rates will go down. Values will come back. But it's happening. Right. Make your decision. Make your move right now.
Right. It looked like the Fed was more bullish on dropping interest rates originally, had they indicated towards the top of the year. That had changed as the economy has not cooled off to a level where they feel that they could do that. But Teague, you're right. I do still believe there will be some interest level relief. And based on that, I'd be curious, are people waiting to get deals done for that? Is it even worth it? And how does a drop in interest rates later this year, do you think, will change the deal-making environment?
Yeah, there's a yin and yang to all of it, right? I mean, yes, we want interest rates lowered, but one of the reasons why there's so many assets on the market at the moment is because you might normally refinance. And those people who would refinance are not refinance. They're not able to. So they're just selling the asset. So great. That's opportunity. So if you're a long-term holder, if you've got capital, which there is still a ton of capital out there in the market, if you've got capital, you should be gobbling up everything you can. The interest rates lowering is, remember, you lower interest rates when the market doesn't do well, right? The market's still too strong. How do you lower interest rates when the stock market is at all-time high?
Right. Yeah.
So something's got to happen in the macro economy, which will be negative, before they raise rates to juice the economy.
Makes sense. Lee, you want to comment?
Yeah, no, there, like Teague alluded to, I think there will be interest rates drop this year. If for no other reason, it's an election year, right? And so I do think it'll be closer toward the fourth quarter, not the second, third that everybody was sort of hoping for at the beginning of this year, given the current economic situation. But I do think there will be a drop in interest rates. Obviously, when interest rates, it's a function of the cap rate's a function of an interest rate, right?
Yep. So
it's a math equation. Interest rates go up, cap rates go up, values go down. So when interest rates go down, cap rates will go down, values will go back up, right? It's a math equation. So I do think you'll start seeing transactions. Again, that bid-ask spread will narrow and the transaction pace will pick up.
Suzanne?
I was going to say it's economics 101. Don't we teach that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. So Lee, I got to ask you this question as well. And I've been asking a lot of folks this question because it really surprises me. People keep saying that deals can't get done because of high interest rates. But guys our age remember when interest rates were higher before the Great Recession. My theory is, and again, I'm just as an outsider, we trained a whole generation of hoteliers and investors to expect below natural interest rates. Does this play a factor into how deals are getting done? Because we've retrained people to think of what interest rates should be, as opposed to what we thought that they should be before 2008, if I'm making any sense there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw a stat a couple of weeks ago, the average for the last 50 years.
Yep.
Now, this was residential mortgages.
Right.
Okay. The average residential mortgage rate for the last 50 years is like 7.25%. it's at 6.5, 6.25 now, and everybody's saying, "Wow, that's high. Wow, that's high."
Right.
It's below the 50-year average. So I think you're right, Glenn. Everybody's been used to, that 3, 4, 5%, on the debt. Now they're going to have to. We're going to the mean, if you will, and everybody's going to have to get used to that. And hey, we're just you got to do your underwriting. Yes, it'll affect value because borrowing costs are higher, so it'll affect value in the marketplace. But on the long run, historical average, we're still in a good position.
I'm just trying.
What was your mortgage on your first house?
Yeah. Well, remember, I was a journalist, so I couldn't buy anything until I was like 40. Yeah. So, it was higher. But when I got this house 10 years ago, I started out at like 4.7, 4.8, but then I refinanced during the trouble we might have had back in like 21 or so at 2.6. And to highlight what you were saying about hoteliers, even if I wanted to move, I'm not going anywhere. It would be stupid for me to trade what I'm doing right now. I also knocked off a number of years from my mortgage, so that was exciting.
A lot of that going on.
Yeah, for sure. Suzanne, you got any more questions for our friends over there?
I want to know, what event are you most excited about for the conference? Like which panel? And I know that's like, your favorite child, but what is going to jazz you up the most?
And are you having the puppies come back?
Okay. Yes, on the puppies.
Petting, right? Yeah. Okay.
I guess I can't say my own panel, can I?
Yes, you can.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'm biased, but I'm doing two. I'm doing a broker panel at 10 a.m. on Tuesday to kick the conference off. And then I think another one 10 in the afternoon. 4 in the afternoon on Tuesday, the Main Street panel. So awesome. The Wall Street panel is always very good. Shai Brookfield will be here. Mitch Shaw will be there. There's a bunch of really good personalities that'll be talking to the conference. So
awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. All right, I'll do a big plug for you guys. hunterconference.com. Love to see you all there next week. I know I'll be hosting at the table event. I got that great brands hotel owners panel. I'm going to be sitting in on the Anthony Capuano, CEO of Marriott panel. I'm going to be stalking Ed Bastien, begging him for an autograph and unlimited Sky Lounge entry for the rest of my life. So look out for that. And I'll be going to Teague's panels as well. And of course, you could find me nibbling on some pretzels out in the lobby, because you guys had those nice soft pretzels.
Lee, we got to get Suzanne a badge. We got to figure out how to get her to a conference. Her and some FIU students, Suzanne.
Yeah. Let's plan that for 2025. Guys,
mark it down, everybody.
Anything else that you need to say? Any more plugs that you need to get out before we let you gentlemen go today?
I just look forward to seeing everybody next week here in Atlanta.
Awesome.
Big thanks to the Hunter team for all their work. They're crushing it right now.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what you guys have in store. One of my favorite conferences of the year. Lee Hunter, Teague Hunter. Thanks so much. Can't wait to see you next week. And of course, honor your father, incredible Bob Hunter. See you guys later. I appreciate that. Suzanne, what's your big takeaway?
It was definitely interesting to hear that deals are still happening, that it's just different. And I really appreciate the fact that a conference builds in that opportunity for relationship building, networking, and truly making deals happen, especially living up to the spirit that was started 35 years ago by their dad. So beautiful. That's pretty exciting.
I love that. And I want to make sure that you guys come and say hello to me. I will be recording a lot of great content next week. And while we won't have live shows, that's because I want to talk to as many people as possible. So be sure to follow us, wherever you get your podcast, the audio feed, wherever you want, we are there. And if you want to take a look at us, watch us at novacancynews.com. Brand new, all new website coming very, very soon, hopefully within the next month. Check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, and wherever you get your shows. All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow with a real live show. And don't forget, you've got one life, so blaze on and
follow your passion.